I just saw a Craigslist ad for $5 and I was like, sold.
I showed up.
And 4 years later, I'm still waiting on that $5.
Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're putting some oil lines back together, hooking up the dry sump. The transmission's back in with the new sequential, so we got to make some brackets, do some wiring, do some other things we got to do to get everything up in order, and basically try to get this thing running today. So right now, we had to get a new dry sump pump because our other one was a little bit damaged and it was going to take too long to get back, so we got a new dry sump pump. Only issue is, it didn't come with a gear. So we're having to call our buddy Daniel Albrecht from Albrecht Racing to borrow his gear so we can get this thing running in time.
Well, I'm assuming you're going testing today?
No, I gotta get the car running today. Yeah. The goal is, by the end of the weekend, at least have it starting to be broken.
Gotcha. Because you got like 2 weeks for like everything if you're going to be packing up and ready to go.
I mean, I have until what? It's like February
16th.
Well, that's the day of the event. So basically we have till like February 14th. But reality is...
on the road by February 14th.
Yeah. Reality is what I want is to be testing this Friday. If I test this Friday, then I'm signed up.
Yep.
If I don't test this Friday, then I'm not signed up. So now I'm just installing our fuel pressure regulator from Aeromotive. Gotta hook up our sweet harness for fuel pressure regulator from IAG. Everything's labeled, makes it super easy. About anyone can do this. Hooked up to our AEM fuel pressure sensor. We went through and capped everything just to make sure to keep water, contaminants, really anything out of the lines. Just a good safety precaution, good practice to get into. Doesn't allow things just to fall in and get caught and clog things. Obviously, a lot of the fittings that we use on this car are AN style fittings. I believe it's Army Navy. Basically just a standardized way of making fitting that doesn't suck. A lot of the fittings that we use actually from IAG Performance. They make really good quality fittings, lines, etc. A bunch of other stuff. Great for fabricators or guys wanting to fabricate, attempt to make things. Another one of the great pieces on this car is this right here. This is our bulkhead fitting that IAG made for us. I'm going to go into here, clip it here, and our entire engine harness is now hooked up to the ECU. What up, slippery snag? We also ran up into another snag. The pump came with a 12 orb to -10. All of our lines are -12. Not a huge ordeal, except for we don't really stock a lot of -12, so we end up having to steal again from Daniel from Albrecht Racing his -12 so that we can get this thing running. Yay! I have a pulley.
So right now I'm doing some wiring on the buttons that go for Mark's, I guess, driver input into our digital dash. So right here we have our comms, just for the radio, for talking to usually Paul in the pits when Mark's driving.
Or yell Mark go faster.
Yeah, or tell Mark to go faster or stop messing up. On the right hand side we have 2 buttons that control functions on the digital dash. So one cool thing is we set up a bunch of warnings on the dash. So if there's something wrong with the car or something's just right out of spec, it'll send Mark a warning, and then Mark can accept it and acknowledge that it's there, and then usually the warning, huge message will go away. Usually the first screen is the one that Mark usually uses most of the time tells most of the engine parameters, how fast he's going, and it'll give him his current lap time and then split. So like, say he goes and does his first lap, it'll set the base lap time, and then there's another function on there that says, okay, if he goes through a certain area, he's going faster or slower than he did before. So obviously when you're doing time attack, like, that kind of helps him figure out, okay, if he's on pace for what he wants to achieve. So the second button kind of allows you to go from the first screen that has stuff like that to another screen that gives more information about engine vitals, or other parameters on the car, and then a couple other pages with a couple other data functions. So anyways, the reason why we're redoing the wiring is, like, naturally when Workz turns, you can't just have like a set length of wire because it'll start wrapping around, especially since we've added this steering angle sensor here. The wire tends to wrap around it and does not fun stuff. So we've added this kind of old school, like, telephone expandable wire that allows the loom to expand as Mark turns the steering wheel around and kind of wrap around the shaft away from the steering angle sensor. So it's kind of like a budget solution to this problem. I guess if you like full on like LMP1 or Formula 1 cars, they have actually a special connector inside that the wires from all the sensors directly go into, and then there's like a sliding surface so that your steering wheel actually has all the buttons and inputs on it, and then it contacts onto this sliding surface, and then the other end of that sliding surface goes into the rest of the dash or ECU or whatever. Those are really expensive, and that's kind of the reason why like a full-on like Formula 1 type steering wheel is tens of thousands of dollars or more. So yeah, we don't really do that just yet, but maybe one day. So.
And do you want it moved a little as far over to the side towards you as possible? Like basically this way? Instead of being centered in there, move it as far over that side as possible?
Diffusers only work if they're at 7 degrees angle of attack. Anything higher and it stalls out.